Hey there ladies, my name is Erin and this is my girlfriend Rebecca and we are so stoked to be with you. We are excited to have these conversations with you and excited just to talk about infancy and all things related to infants. Currently right now what we're going to be talking about is something that I am dealing with a little bit, and we're going to talk about kind of some of the spider webs that it weaves. Yeah. And specifically what we are going to talk about is the isolation that is being a new mom.
Called motherhood?
Yeah.
It really is like an oxymoron, because you gave birth to another human being, and technically you will never be alone again.
They're terrible conversationalists though.
Well, horrid, right, and it doesn't get better as they get older. Okay, I'm just saying, have a conversation with a 7 or 9-year-old. It's not going to happen unless it's American Girl and Lego. I'm just going to tell you that right now. But really, you're never going to be alone, and yet the fact that you are not alone does not necessarily cure the loneliness that comes from, I just stepped out of the workplace, I used to have a life of go, 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 and now I'm at home. I'm kind of tied to being at home.
Things come from isolation, whether you do it to yourself or it is done to you. Things
so true. And really, it's really hard to have, like, I'm going to use a term that we use in Bible study, sound-minded. It's really hard to be sound-minded or like clear-headed when you're by yourself, because you can work yourself into a spin. Like, oh my gosh, he had this kind of poop, he must be dying, my boobs are drying up, and then all of a sudden you're often like you're adopting children from Africa. I mean, all of a sudden, and you have nobody to play off. The loneliness also tells you maybe you're not good enough. Maybe you're really failing at this. Or you could do the opposite. I know everything, because there's nobody to bounce anything off of. So isolation is actually really just a way to implode. That's not nice.
No, but it's nice. True.
It's a really great way to be like, it's a fast track to depression, actually. And in postpartum, with your hormones always in flux, and you had all these pregnancy hormones, and then you give birth, and it's just like this rush, and then it's a downer. It can be an absolute downer, and at that point, isolation is almost like, why do I get up in the morning?
Well, if you add any sort of like sleep problems into that, and by sleep problems I mean the baby crying in the room next to you who's keeping you awake, but you know what I mean. You add just sleep problems anyway is going to help you get to depression pretty quick. But you add that into then isolation. I mean, it's just a hot ticket.
What do you do? That's the question, is how do you feel that in that isolation? Go to your best friends. Okay, now we know friendships change, but you have a go-to person that maybe even your mom, your mother-in-law, a sister-in-law, may not be your mom or your sister-in-law, but somebody who you can say, I just need 5 minutes of time. Maybe we can meet up at the park and walk our kids in the stroller, just a half hour, but that kindred heart-to-heart time, even if it's not somebody that you're like, you're going to be my best friend, just that talk time is really helpful. That's how you begin a friendship. It's not even like, you're my people, you will be my friend. But now let's explore this friendship. It's going to be so important. I would even say a mentor. Like an older...
Who has time for a mentor? I mean, I just have a negative connotation with mentor currently. Because I don't need any more people telling me what to do in my life.
Yeah, and this is like more like a person who's not going to tell you what to do. They're going to encourage you in what you're already doing. You need that. And as soon as somebody says, oh, I don't know how to use it, you say, thank you. Never call them again. Just saying.
Can we talk about, too, the indicators of a deeper problem?
Sure. Absolutely.
Because I think that everybody knows themselves, whether you're 20 years old and having a baby, or you're my age, which is ancient, and having babies. But you know yourself, and you know what is normal and what is not normal. And so certain things are indicators to me of, this isn't normal. This isn't your personality. This is something different. And that doesn't require anybody else to point a finger at you and go, that's not normal. It requires being interested.
I
got those people in my life.
Yeah, I know. I was just going to say.
I got those people. And you do too, probably. And you do too.
I totally do.
You know, there's everybody's got those negatives. And it's happening with me. That's another vlog. You're getting wiped out, people.
The indicators would be, you really have no motivation when you get up in the morning. You slug through the day. But slug, I mean like like you're going through quicksand or mud and everything is laborious.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, I'm up, I feel motivated, I feel, I'll say in control.
Yeah.
I think part of depression is you feel very out of control. You're very much a victim, and and you sit back and there's no forward motion in your brain of, this is how I would get out, this is how I could get out, even though I'm not getting out, or it's almost like I'm stuck. It's like I'll date myself, a record, and the needle getting stuck in a rut, in a scratch. Okay, people, CD, DVD, same thing. And it skips, or it freezes. Yeah. That is what depression does to you. It freezes you. The problem with being a mother is that the demands of a mother and motherhood doesn't stop you, the stuckness doesn't excuse you from doing the things that you have to do to care for your child.
And let's not say that you have to have joy in every step of motherhood.
No.
Motherhood is laborious. And there are...
Absolutely.
I think I got a little wrapped up sometimes that not every aspect of motherhood I enjoyed.
You're not singing songs?
You know, and that's just setting yourself up for failure, to think that at the end of the day you're not going to be tired after serving this infant or 2 infants your whole day. Not every part of my day do I love, but I still find joy in the things that deem joy.
Yeah,
you know, that bring joy.
Totally.
And that's significant to me.
Totally.
You know, I'm not completely removed from what's going on.
But anything that has to do with your mental capacity is going to get out of hand quickly if you don't attend to it. Yep. So make sure you're looking for those red flags.
It just requires a lot of work to make sure that things are healthy and going well in your life. And you do it in so many different ways. You do it with your kids. You make sure that they're healthy emotionally and spiritually and physically every day. You do it with your house, I'm assuming. And
you have dogs.
Yeah, I have chickens,
dogs.
People. I keep everything alive in my house, and sometimes I'm just the last to receive the care that I need. We love that you join us. We love that you laugh with us, and we hope that you're laughing right now if you're raising infants and that you're finding joy in the moments with your children. And we hope that you check out our blog over at www.inbetweenfriends.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel here. Like our videos. We love that, and we love chatting with you, so please leave comments below. It really just gives us a little lift in our day. So check us out. We'll talk to you later.
Take care.